That might affect.
Welcome back, everyone. We are ready to go for this amazing third place matchup. As we said, the teams have been fighting harder and harder throughout the entirety of these two amazing days here at the HSEL Nationals. Second time around, of course, and the defending champions are unfortunately no longer attempting to defend their reign. They are now in the third place match. Of course, still a very nice podium finish. Still maybe not be the same, but hey, at least you are there. They'll be going up against Brooklyn Tech Engineers, who did lose to the Terriers, who will be facing off against Bosco later on in the day, as of course we will have the grand finals at the end of the entire day. So getting into it, Kat, we watched Hebron. It just didn't look like the strength was there from day one.
Yeah, absolutely. Hebron just consistently getting caught by very successful Bosco defaults, weren't quite able to make the adaptations mid-round, even taking timeouts, weren't quite able to find the proper adjustments. So unfortunately, down here, as you mentioned, in this third place bout, they'll be fighting for 2,500 in scholarships. Only one of these teams able to walk away with that reward, and to see what team that's going to be. The last time these squads met, one being out of the south, the other out the east, was in Nationals of last year. That was grand finals, went all the way to map number 3. It was a 13-11 scoreline, the difference for Hebron. Now a chance to rewrite history for Brooklyn Tech, but can only do it for a third place finish.
Yep, and only even so, there is pride on the line. Let's be honest here. You
absolutely.
love the rematch. You love the idea of, hey, let's go ahead and get this program going, because at the end of the day, Hebron still did a phenomenal job. Brooklyn Tech Engineers, they were able to make it into the Nationals. They won their respective regions and got fairly close to being at the top there. So it's awesome to see. And again, if you out there are also looking to try and get your own program up and running, because I understand, running a program can be quite difficult, trying to get the curriculum walking your way, there is always so many other opportunities ahead. And here at Generation Esports as well, they want to help out, and because of that, they are the only esports company with a 4-credit standards-based Scholastics esports course for your own school. If you want help setting up your own program, get stuff started, and maybe even compete on the national stage here, go ahead and check them out at gamingconcepts.gg and see what they have to offer. See if it fits inside your curriculum. Hey, book an appointment, talk with them a little bit about what's going on there. So, getting into it though, again, Hebron and Brooklyn Tech, they'll be playing right back into the most stock standard, the most unoriginal map pool possible. The only difference is we're seeing one happen first. It is Ascent, Bind, and Haven.
Yeah. I think one of the largest issues going into last series for Hebron was a slight lack of awareness in terms of their opponent's map pool. Bosco, we knew coming into this event, was the best Fracture team. A roster that took down OR Esports in Las Vegas on Fracture. You know they're good. I was in the venue on day number 1. Heard the team manager for that team said, no one's playing us on Fracture. It's going to be the perma ban every time. No one's going to play us on Fracture. We took OR down on Fracture. Well, Hebron thought they could do it. Obviously could not. That was a 13-3. And from there, it's momentum that carries over into Pearl. It's confidence from Bosco to win out that series. So this time, no holds barred. We've gone a lot calmer. Tried to bring out a Pearl. Tried to make something different happen. Tried to take a team on what is their map pick by far. Could not win that one. And that was in convincing fashion that they lost. So we'll go to comfort picks for both of these teams. It'll be all up to mechanics and much less any sort of compositional, any sort of advanced strats coming out of either of these squads.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one that you don't want to stray from the meta, and you can even see it here, straight up meta. No deviations whatsoever. These are the agents that are going to be walking. Maybe a little bit of change up.
He says off the Astra. And that's not to say because we haven't seen this team on Ascent. We have. And we've seen Ethics on the Astra there as well. There's something cooking here. Remember, these squads have seen each other before. That full VOD still exists. It lives on YouTube forever. So they were able, if they wanted to go check it out in the 20, 30-ish minutes they got waiting for this matchup to begin. So is that a thing of they feel they need the Omen to counteract here? We know Majestic plays incredibly quickly out of Cat. We saw those pop flashes yesterday. That's a VOD that was on Made broadcast. A VOD they could definitely have pulled up coming into this one. But that switch is big. We haven't seen Ethics deviate from an Astra yet this event.
I mean, a deviation to some may be for the better. Again, in line with the meta, in line with what is considered the strongest composition, right? But at the same time, you do need to throw in that uniqueness. When you have all the same cards, the only way that you're going to break away from that is having the extra piece. And you can see here, Mania just chasing right in, straight up and about through the mid. Pistols are ours, grabbing some of that aggression back, and this is the Hebron that we saw on day number 1. No fear, rush. And they take Brooklyn Tech down. 1 left alive right now. Majestic sitting in spawn. Didn't even have a moment to blink, get some water, and get their hand on their mouse. Their team is wiped out.
Majestic spike directly in front. No one on the close angle, so is able to recover it. 0 points back up in 7 to get early information. A flashpoint in tow still. Everybody mid. There's room on this B site. Hebron will play the numbers advantage, recognize even if this player does walk to site, we can walk back in the 3-on-1 retake. They'll play very calm.
I don't even think Majestic wants to try it. Just like, bro, let me live. Please just let me live and have some fun. I want to play this game, and there they go. That is going to be the knife going out, trying to get some information, but, I mean, no one's there. You go ahead and walk back, clear everything out, and they've taken your advice. That's Hebron just saying, go at it. Now we know where you are. Now we know exactly where you're at. Single lone player, Majestic, gonna try and look Majestic. Rather that or die in Boathouse, one or the other. Double swing from Cherstic and squad means that it is theirs. It is gonna be round 1, and this is, again, a very, very nice start for the Hebron squad.
Yeah, I love how they tighten that one up. Just hold mid, make sure that player does not cross through. They recover the spike, but you guarantee they don't get any extra space on the map. You only give them the B side and an easy retake to come through when you have that massive numbers advantage. Keep everybody alive. Take these guns into the next round. If they want to stay on the ghost for the extra econ, possibly get an op in Mania's hands, that won't be the call. They'll opt to go full stinger. 2 Spectres picked up. Nothing bought for Brooklyn Tech. Hebron should have this round in the bag.
Should. Always being the optimal word, right? Always being should. We have seen some of these teams break out some silliness, but I do feel, once again, that Hebron have that level. They have a reason to be aggressive. They have a reason to try and fight as hard as they can. Same for Brooklyn Tech, but, you know, there is some leaning sides. We also don't know what went down in that other semifinals matchup. We don't know how close it was. So, you know, give it a little bit of time. Have some fun. We'll see what the next few rounds have to offer. That's going to be a little bit of a shadow sent out in mid, blocking off that line of sight. Keep it nice, keep it safe. Squiggly, though, saying, hey, I'm not sure what I see. Ritzy with the classic. Doesn't want to expend the Spectre bolts just yet. Go ahead and calmly walk their way back. Shock bolt up, down, and nowhere. As we get a very, very soft and quiet default.
Vision now got a cat. That guarantees this team is going to go mid-market. Hebron set up for it quite nicely. Alarm bot will be first. That paranoia for the early contact. And Mania now down mid will grab 1. Every kill they can grab here means an op's coming up sooner in this round. Ether's going to pick up 2. Ritzy going to find another. That's left just 1. 1 kill away from a flawless anti-eco. Majestic caught on close corner. Has a flash available. Caught now by Mania. Going to see the shoulder. We'll trade it back. Able to find 1 more. 2 solid econ frags picked up for the KO before they fall to Fried. It'll be 2-0. Mania, do they have enough to squeak it into this round? Could glass cannon, it won't do so. So we'll full buy into this one. Op yet to be seen.
Might as well, no problems there. So keep it by the status quo. Majestic, though, this is now twice that they are kind of left in that difficult position. The rest of the squad just still waiting to wake up here, waiting to have that opportunity. And I think Hebron are still going to push fairly quickly. They've now pushed twice into the face of Brooklyn Tech. I don't expect it to stop anytime soon, even with guns alive. You can see them there chasing very far, and, well, you know what? You chase a little bit too close to your prey. Siwa takes 1. He's looking for a bit more. Mini in the back, suppressed, caught out. A little bit of swift, but straight up 1 shot. Beautiful job. Can't find the second.
Fall back to sight. The Chankru finds another. Oh, there's still work getting done with this bonus weaponry. They've got 2 rifles at their feet. This is an even fight coming back into this one. 2 dark covers up for Ethos. Can get this player on the front box completely isolated in this 1v2. They haven't thrown the util. They have to peek instead. Info on Boathouse. Quickly going to find 1. Almost both. Ethos the trade. Monkey on close box will finish the job. We'll take it home for Brooklyn Tech. It'll be 1-2. But every rifle falls.
Cracking their code.
All but 1. Monkey was able to carry. And they're happy about that one. Hang on to it. Okay, let's see what else can happen. Right now, falling out to the stock standard in these teams. There we go. I was wondering about it. Hebron going to the heavens. This is, again, on par with what we expect on the defensive side. Vandals for a majority share of Phantom, yes, but the operator. And this is where Mania gets silly. Keep eyes on where that Jet decides to go. Keep eyes also on where that Odin rolls out. And Ritzy gets some amazing damage down. Knock him down, but can't get much more than that. Remember, damage without the kills is just damage.
Just yet again, self-pop flash. Gonna grab that first pick. Athesis from Log. Pick up 2, a third. The Omen confident and backs the shots up with it. Fried will take Koa. Chonker in a 1v4. Early information here, thanks to the KO's body, has info on 3, maybe the 4th. Found the first frag, 5 HP, 3 players to find.
If only getting shot only took 1 damage. Maybe you'd have a little bit better time, but instead you get shot in the foot or the head, if you will, and it is round over. Phenomenal job from Hebron. And Ritzy again, with that Odin, feels kind of good. It is now saved over, handed back to their rightful player. And this is where Hebron starts to get ahead. I'm enjoying this once again. We can feel the energy coming out of them right now. They are feeling very, very comfortable here on Ascent. And I want to see it even more so. I want to see them fly forward. I want to see them keep it up. I believe this is also the map that we saw them first off go 7 rounds in a row before things got a little bit rough and they were unable to really collect it back until the final stages in day number 1. So this time around, I want to see 7 rounds. I don't want to see them drop it though. I want to see them keep it up all the way through. For Brooklyn Tech, I want to see you really get in their faces. Yes, it's a save round, but do what you can, knock out some of that economy, and find that operator for all that is holy.
Just going to pick up the first. As Fried will fall. Gives you kind of room to work with. Haven't cleared Wine though. See things yet again. Gonna tuck a close corner. First Log, now Wine. Same amount of value on both rounds. Monkey caught Generator. Play back with a teammate here. They do get spiked down, so they've gotten what they hoped for on the eco. A couple cheeky frags maybe makes this one possible. Ritzy just gonna waterfall down, pick up 1, traded now. Be a close angle with the operator. Ethan's gonna take it from afar. Chonker in a 1v3. Diffuse started. No swing just yet. Gotta do it. Ethan's just gonna stick. No worries at all. Mania will find the frag. It's 4-1.
I love that. Just, you didn't have too many options there. Just have fun with it. You knew you were kind of dead in the water. That's a great snap up, but the downside is you did just give a charge over to Mania, who now, if for some reason loses the op for whatever reason, which I doubt because you're currently sitting on 5.1, you ain't losing that.
Yep.
But you had the Blade Storm in the back pocket. You have now granted access to Hebron to play excessively aggressive. This is all they're going to think about, even with the guns in hand. We've seen them do it before. I expect Hebron to rush forward. You take a look where the Odin and the Op are, and maybe Brooklyn Tech have been able to read this. You can see leaning over towards that A site, maybe catwalk, but only the Killjoy, the rotation of utility, currently sitting in front of main.
Brooklyn Tech gonna look for early contact. Dark cover came up immediately into this round, just off the initial scale. We'll dissipate now. You have a choice to throw another. You've yet to do so. And that's what we're gonna see on the angle. Enough players here that you feel confident on the defensive to hold this out. Ethos has been massive from this underside angle so consistently. Gonna pick up 1 now after the assist on Fried's pick. Brooklyn Tech just can't get out of this joke. Try yet again. Now it's the operator to have value. 3 different members of the site defense have found frags early. A lurk on its way. Brooklyn Tech fully contained. This round chalked.
You can see it there. It's even bleeding into Brooklyn Tech's ability to converge with the macro, with the util. We saw the shock bolt land short, and normally for a Sova, that's something that I feel like you normally wouldn't shortchange. So Brooklyn Tech, as you said, may need that timeout, you know, from earlier matches. You know, when do you call for the timeout? When do you call for those moments? This could definitely be one. I wouldn't be upset if we do see it after this. Just gather your thoughts once again. Remember how you got here. You deserve to be here just as much as everyone else. Play with that level of confidence. Exists still underneath rafters. I'm more than happy to just wait. I mean, 5 seconds for Brooklyn Tech going to try and save the weapons. They do have an Odin in hand. They were able to collect that one for themselves. So it's a big buyback. But still a round loss. 5-1 is what we currently see.
4-round difference as mentioned. Ult economy pretty healthy for both sides here. 4 currently online for Hebron. Brooklyn could have 3 if Mook can find an ult orb or an early pick. They opt to buy what they can into this round. Seawall pop Blade Storm, so it's basically a full buy, just the light armor for Chonker. And ultimates to come through on the post plant if they can get to site. Seawall has a big role to play though of opening the door.
Mania once again just giving suppressive fire, forcing the rest of Brooklyn Tech to not be allowed in through mid. Chonker risking it because the smoke is down, but doesn't want to step any further. So for right now, just play it slow, play it smart. You have the information up over on A, but because of the rotate, it's given enough time. Brooklyn Tech not privy to this information. Hebron playing fast and loose with their defense. A flex over towards B, now rotating back towards their own spawn, maybe cheating up mid. So many different options, but there we go. Brooklyn Tech taking the dive, taking the chance, and find an open site. So with all 5 members alive, they'll have a full retake defense.
Scans coming through. Ritzy's hit nothing. The plant's down. They'll be quick and fast on the retake, meaning to pick up the first traded quickly by Moonkie. As Fried will get involved. Everything coming through right now. Ethan's fully assisted as the retake util comes in quick succession. 1v2 for Seawall. Back a site. The Blaze can't connect, but Ethan certainly can. Switch agents, but the frag's just as clean as any other day at 6-1.
Remember what I said about these Jet players getting some ridiculous kills? That was one of them. That just felt like one of them. Mania randomly throwing a knife and just saying, "Hey, I got a kill, thank you." Resets it out and they look good. That was one of the more bloody rounds that we've had. So Brooklyn Tech being willing to trade out.
Here.
We got to see a little bit more. Again, they are not able to convert any of these, and Siwa has yet to be able to really show their own stuff. 1-7-1 on their own Jet play. It's a little bit of a dangerous moment to be had. Now, once again, in the default setup, Jet, though, with Mania over on A. If they look a little bit too far, they will lose their head. You can see it here. Just looking. Jet on Jet action. That's going to be the peak. No shot lands, though, and Mania almost gets taken down. 15 HP.
Continuation of the scale into mid. Issa's yet again going to sit on this paranoia. Plays it off the alarm bot. Contact's been good yet again. Here's the swing for mid. They get out of dodge quick enough, but it has stalled to push in mid for Brooklyn Tech. The fragment going to force him out, and Fry will find the frag. The mid util phenomenally utilized, and Fry's broken the nano swarm. So you cannot brute this player either. Everyone getting tagged down for Brooklyn Tech. There's just no room. You got to cut off this push.
Scanning ahead.
Brooklyn Tech also not sure. Ritzy just fires away and finds Monkey through the smoke. Looking for another one through the wall. This time finds the foot of Siwa, who stepped out of mid a little bit too far, and because of that, you get the kill. Now, it is the Squiggly stuck in the corner. Majestic able to save the teammate, but Ritzy is going to fall, and now Majestic in mid wants to push up. They need to make a move. They have 30 seconds left in a 2v4. What can they find?
You run high a masterclass in mid control here. Starts with that alarm bot. Paranoid comes off the top of it, a pop flash afterwards. So nearsighted players are then blinded and can't even see the flash that's about to blind them. Majestic going to fall now with just one trade, and afterwards put additional utility, the fragment from Fried, to force players to come out of the newfound hiding spots. Ritzy to come around with the Odin, originally spamming for B main, comes over to spam deep into mid, able to catch another onto Mookie. So Brooklyn Tech fully tagged up. Even before the initial frags came through, there's players that are looking at 30 HP left on the health bar. That's 2 different players for Brooklyn Tech, so you can't really scale the rest of mid because you can't trust those players to trade when they're so low HP. And even then, all the Killjoy utility, 2 nanoswarms and a turret, were still established for Cat, minus the presence of the Killjoy herself. Fantastic map control early. Brooklyn Tech back to the drawing board of how do we dissipate that early presence, that early defensive utility. Might not be a bad call. Take a timeout to do it.
At this point, we're actually begging for one, right? 7-1. The rounds have been going at a pretty incredible rate here. It feels like we just started the match up, and It's crazy when the defensive side can force the round to be quick. That's what I'm really feeling here. It's the why are we letting the defense dictate where we move, and that's going to be the call out. This time around, it's a little bit of a chance. Brooklyn Tech gets shut down on the entry. They lose 2, but they are on side. You can see the snipe, though. Mania sends Monkey to the grave, but did not see on the right side flank. That Jet waiting off by Box. That can be the chance. There it is. Seawall with the Sheriff dropping that operator. And because of that, has an opportunity. Do you close that door? Do you actually take a chance over here in Connector? Well, Chonker said you better not. Great snipe from Cat. That's going to be the turret down as well. Do you look a little bit left? Oh, you didn't see the gun barrel. And Exith finds the kill.
Yeah, moving so fast in that paranoid, didn't quite see the player. Just the outer echelon of their POV. Ritzy will finish the job. It's 8-1 for Hebron. This defense, a mountain to climb for Brooklyn Tech. See if they take climbing gear into this round. Won't take a timeout. We'll be back to rifles now. We'll see if they can find an answer.
The answer might lie in one of the 4 ultimates that you currently have available. Null Command from the shadows, a great movement utility. Lockdown to force everyone outside of sight, and that's why you can see him leaning over towards that B site. It's a little bit easier to lay the lockdown. It feels a little bit better, in my opinion. You're able to encapsulate almost the entirety of the site. Hey, if you're trying to get an easy one, go for it. But that's going to be a great recon. Ritzy says, hey, they're doing what they think. Because of that, you can open up into mid, and you can push Mania into a great situation. That's going to be the op shot to take out the turret, and no backside cover. And they are forced to make a move. Lockdown going in, everyone pushing in from Pizza. And Exith underside can't get away in time, so Seawall able to take that kill. Now looking for another dash forward. Fried, though, knocks down Majestic with the null command. They are going to need to be revived. Squiggly, though, locks out another, and because of that, Majestic is revived. 3v5 as the ults have done their work, and Hebron will have to do retake.
Yeah, the util uproots the defensive, and the null command on top of it, so they can't flash their way back out of the angles. He's too early. Hebron all in the defender spawn. Seawall has wind of at least 2. Hasn't seen the third just yet. His teammate has from sight. Cheristic will take that. Mania to trade one back. Up in hand.
Jeez.
Activated Tailwind yet again. Can dash away from this one. You want to get this gun out the round. Doesn't have the credits to rebuy it. Swap to the Vandal. Mania, you maniac. Are you going to look for this round? Is caught on the updraft. Seawall will take it away out of logs. Brooklyn Tech able to convert their second.
It was a hefty price. 2 ultimates. That, I would say, is fairly normal to expend for a round. 3, you're pushing it. Good thing they did not have to spend 4. If they had to spend 4, that would have been considered a win for Hebron. But, again, when you're down 8-1, you got to go for it. And I love it. You pull the trigger, you say, hey, we have to weigh the options. Either we take a gamble of a 60-40, which at that point is almost a 50-50 with just 1 ult. Instead, we expend 3. We secure that. I think it's fantastic. The problem is you got to make this magic happen again without the ultimates. And even leaning into it, Hebron can give the site. They have their own lockdown. They have the Hunter series. They have all the tools necessary to be able to force the rest of Brooklyn to scatter if need be. So Brooklyn, though, they say, okay, we're going to take that chance. Let's go ahead. Go to B once again.
Squiggly's drone has seen nothing early on close contact. Lockdown forces them away. Seawall was hoping to grab one just before they left. Couldn't make it happen. The Killjoy will take that early look. An advantage yet again for Hebron. Brooklyn Tech start to work the mid swing. And that angle is going to be Mania. This time with a Vandal, though. Start of the rotation. We've cut it back now. It's E6 on close contact. Has a free 1v1. I'll win that with ease. Still holding this lobby space. Shrouded steps away. We'll head back to site now. We'll play behind the setup instead.
They just do not want to move. They're just waiting time down, really, really evaluating every move that they could make. It shows that they're being cautious. There is such a thing as being overly cautious. Great dance out. I don't know if Exith was able to spot anyone. I think one was crossing, but Monkey able to find Ritzy on the back end. And because of that, you now give yourself that 1 player advantage. What more can you do? 13 seconds. 10 and counting.
10 seconds
They have to get onto site. There's still 1 on, though. Exith in the back line is able to find 1, and because of that, that is a problem. Look to the right. Yes, you do. You find that kill on Chonker. Majestic able to trade it to a 1v2, but now you are on the line. That's going to be a spray. You're spraying just a little bit to the left, but you got one shot and you do. You pull it out. Majestic with the 4K to clutch up and get Brooklyn their third.
The confidence out of lane just to swing for it. Able to find the diffuser and just one more. Converts the round for the team. Still give credit though defensively to Ethos. Gets off the close contact angle, goes back to site, able to pick up 2. Kill the planter just after the spike went down and gave his team the best shot at that round. Majestic just plays a step above in that one. Able to make it happen off pure firepower. Brooklyn Tech able to convert on B for the second straight round. We'll look to reset the default yet again. They'll head over towards A, recognizing the call. That Killjoy setup was there to greet them the second time around, and they don't want to run into that util again.
Right here.
Yeah, so many things to kind of think about here. And as you said, where is that util being dropped? Where are those pieces of the puzzle being laid down? What pieces do we see on the ground? Hebron, just saying, I mean, we'll put it wherever we feel like. Got a turret over there in Cat. A couple nanoswarms down in the entrance. Seawall, though, playing up towards main, saying, I kind of see something. Owl Drone goes out, Squiggly able to detonate a few of those, and there's a turret. Around the corner, do you see him? Yes, you do. Great information read. And now the Hunter's Fury. Snap 1. Can you hit? Yes, you do. Can you get the kill? Not going to happen, but a refire means Ritzy sends the opposing down to the grave. And because of that open opportunity, Hebron, with renewed vigor, fight for A site.
It's a great scenario to utilize the opposing Hunter's Fury in what is the last round of the half, recognizing it's going to go away anyway. So I might as well use it while the opposing Sova's using it. They're probably not going to recognize because they're popping at about the same time. They're not going to hear because they're throwing their own. And on top of that, they can't move if they're throwing their ultimate. So is able to find him quite easily. Trades to come through in Garden. Oh, Monkey, a close shot. Couldn't quite hit it. Able to turn around. His teammate will grab it. With a Phantom, make it a one-on-one. 2 very low HP players. Ethos on the angle first. And Mookie to fall. It's a 6-round gap. Hebron to lead into the half.
Switching sides.
Now, here's a question. Do you believe in the 9-3 curse?
No.
That is...
Not really.
Absolutely not. Just nah. No.
I believe in players making comebacks.
Okay, okay.
I think it's by their own volition. Though I will say I've seen the scoreline converted enough times that I don't think it's necessarily out of the woodwork per se. If you're going to win this pistol, all that control, all the momentum for what was 2 rounds and change in the last 3 should give them a pretty surefire shot at wrapping this one up early.
There we go. Let's take a look as Siwa sends a bullet into the foot. Thankfully, it clipped the wall, so Churstic only loses about 21. Will the turret see anyone? Buddy, see it? Doesn't matter. Majestic clears out 1. Mania on the off side of the map says, hey, thank you very much. Down to a 1v2 or 3v4. I can count, don't worry, I promise. He says where the headshot means this is Hebron on the site.
Spike planted.
Into post plant. Door broken early. It's not a ton of util to work off of here. So Majestic fell looking for additional recontact out of guard. It means they have no flashes coming back into this one. They just got to win it raw. So 0 point's going to kill the util they did have. A shock bolt to force Churstic forward. Ethos will bail his teammate out. Squiggly now to grab 1, trade it out. A 1v3 for Chonker. Low HP player. Everyone's stacked to hell. You're swinging into the firing line here. It's picked up 1, a second. No shot your way or the third. Mania will hold. They'll kill the time. And they'll kill the player. It's 10-3. Hebron take the pistol. They're in the driver's seat to close out this one early.
I'm not going to lie. I was actually terrified that that was going to be a 3-piece. Because normally, like, stacking 3 in a corner in pistols, okay, I can kind of understand. But still, it's so scary. It's so scary. I would not want to do that. They got away with it, though. So, you know what? They get it. As you said, Pistol Wand looking for the next. Hoping to see what happens here. They are among us. They are here.
The scale on its way in A main. Hebron going to hit this as quick as possible against this eco team. A couple shots going to come through that dark cover. Not enough to really do any due diligence. Maiden gonna find one under Hell. Quickly catches
Ooh.
the planter. It's a big look, a
Ooh.
second off the Classic. Shooting golden bullets right now. Traded though by Fried. He'll get a second and a third.
Okay.
That's Monkey Shorty finally going to shut the KO down. A 1v2. Stinger in hand. Door open and plant just to go down.
Spike planted.
I mean, for what could have happened and how fast Hebron have been playing, taking 3 lives, way more than I think they were expecting.
Destroyed.
Now can you find one more? You were able to stop the initial plant before. Obviously, you can stop the next one, but do you get the kill? Oh, you saw the cape, but you peek out a little bit late, so Ritzy was quicker on the trigger. And it's now 11. 2 rounds for Hebron to take the lead and look to cement themselves as the 3rd place team here at Nationals.
2 rounds, and they bought 2 rifles into the anti-Ike, which means this bonus is a lot stronger. So much so they've got 3 rifles into this one. Cherstick will grab a 4th, and they've made the bonus essentially a gun round.
That's so scary when a team is able to do that. Like, honestly, you expect the first 3 rounds to be stable? Nah, it ain't stable. I'm sorry. You are getting the full force here. Hebron is saying you do not get a chance. Very nice suppression, though. Fried, able to spot 1 inside of mid. Now, how much more information are you going to grab from there? It is a 3-2 split on the other side, so Brooklyn Tech giving a lot of space towards that catwalk area, and that's the suppression back. Majestic reads all 4, and that puts an absolute stop to what Hebron were wanting to do right there. Very, very nice time. The KO is paying dividends.
Yeah. Majestic will learn his lesson as well. Not going to go for reconfirmation here on Garden. He'll allow Seawatt to do it instead. He's able to pick up 1 now to get traded. But Majestic and Scaffold in a much safer position allows him to do a lot more work. A great pop flash. The catch 2 allows for Squiggly to swing and grab them back. It's Fried has to shoot their way out of a hole. He's picked up 1. And a pop flash their way out of Garden. It's caught. Chonker. Squiggly up next. Can't be added to the hit list. It's a 3K for the Sova. 4th round for Brooklyn Tech.
Enemies close.
I mean, what's more deadly than anything is Sova with an Odin, right? This is Squiggly paying back Ritzy for the first half. I think in very painful fashion because of the buy up. We are going to see a little bit of a jump. We are actually getting a buyout here. So even though Hebron did bring rifles in before, remember it was a carryover of about 3. Because of that, they are willing to expend, gather 3 more rifles on the other side, and send 2 with a Shorty and Stinger. And have a little bit of a stacked favor here. This is a much deeper play here, praying that Brooklyn Tech will misread the gun situation. And Brooklyn Tech are absolutely not. They know how dangerous Hebron is with pistols. So why the heck would they rush in this situation?
Hebron has been slow scale to mid. Close contact on A. Waiting to see if maybe Brooklyn Tech took advantage of that space. They could take advantage of the early push. They did not, so now they'll contact themselves over onto this B site. Market door closed. Just 1 to the back of the site. They'll slowly isolate this one. Use some utility to clear Chonker out. They've done just that. Mania will pick it up. The alley pass and the dunk slammed down for the Jet. Monkey caught in log. He'll be put down as well. The rest of the team is swinging their way out of CT, looking to make this retake happen early.
Oh.
That's quickly going to get value at the 2-on-2 now. The drone's still online. It'll be activated. We'll catch a player B main. No info on lane. So 1 player not spotted at this current moment.
Very
Quickly
nice.
caught out early. See what a sight. Position given with the tap of the spike. Cherstick will spam through. Now you know where both are. There's 1 CT. There's 1 lane. They'll play this so slowly. Force Siwa to make a move, and Cherstick just able to spam that one through the workbench.
That swing that they pulled to clear out the last one over there on defender side was
Cool.
just Hebron things. Very, very clean, very simple. And again, they put themselves on map point. This is, again, a squad that we deem as was the reigning champion, and now they are going to be the challengers coming in once again if they make it to Nationals next year. But they are still cementing themselves as a very, very strong team for Brooklyn Tech. They're trying their hardest. Right now, again, I don't believe this was their map pick, so, you know, a little bit on the wayside there. They do have the Odin to play with. They do have a little bit of fun there, but this is Hebron. They know they have the gun advantage. They are reading this one in. As long as they keep eyes on where on where the Sova is, hey, you have yourself a somewhat nice sightline.
Alamba going to be here to help Majestic. First time it has been. Flash Majestic to actually swing off some contact. Couldn't quite find the look. And Mania going to take it to him. Pick that one up. Siwa trade. Middle commando should be shut down early. An extra frag to go with it. Squiggly will pick up one. Going to hold the angle deep garden. There's a flank on its way. Might just be at the perfect timing. Friday will reconfirm info on Siwa before that kill is finally finalized.
Ooh.
And here's Ritzy to scaffold. Chonker still watching for the window angle.
Player standing.
Still able to adjust in time and find the frag. Puts Eastis into such a terrible scenario. Is almost bailed out. He's now stuck in a 1v3 and 8 HP as well. Siwa just has to spam the walls. Has done just that. Has found the frag. Brooklyn Tech hold on. Just barely.
They're granted a couple kills. They're very nicely done. And, you know, on that Rafters, it looks so good. But Ritzy just could not land the shots. And now they're stuck. They are stuck in a save round. So it looks like this game will continue onwards. They have a lockdown in their favor. So, hey, maybe that'll work. But Brooklyn Tech showing some fire here. And I really, really do like that. Again, teams that kind of roll over and give themselves up in the final stages. That's not what we want to see here. We want to see fight through and through. Go down kicking and screaming. Hebron going to try and run it up mid, but Chonker was ready. Chonker taking a chunky bite out of Mania and Fried. Majestic able to follow up with another headshot.
Capitalization off the alarm bot's great from the defensive.
Player standing.
Stunted the eco push early. We're trying to rush down for a market split. Couldn't make it happen. Dressing Last Allies picked up one for their troubles. For the Blades of Siwa. We'll cut them out of the round. It's 6-12. Brooklyn Tech need as many rounds as they've acquired throughout this entire game to get to OT.
Scramble. Just play hard, look for it, and this is where I think the ults are going to come into play, right? Not only do you have guns in your hand, but you also have the lockdown and the Hunter's Fury on one side. So no command and the From the Shadows a little bit more movement oriented. On the side of Brooklyn Tech, they can make it work. Operator and Odin. Do they split that difference? No, they do not. They stack them all on B with the Killjoy util on A. So where did they find it? Do Hebron actually get a good read on that one? Aldrone going up Cat, just trying to make sure any sort of connection is there. But
Very nice smoke to the recon. There's no info here in mid. They don't break the dart either. So the Brooklyn Tech defensive field, there is nothing here in terms of presence. It's moved Squiggly completely over, away from the B site. They're discounting a market split right now, just expecting lurk presence. They only have the Omen here. Siwa has found one early into lobby, but that's the Killjoy. It's typically the lurk, so you can't really trust that information. They're on early lockdown. We'll clear these players off of sight. They're not quite in the position to really gain space off of this.
oh, and that's a great little blind. Not only is that working in their favor, it does ever further. Siwa waited out that lockdown and has granted themselves a grand opportunity. Hebron currently hiding in the back lines. Trying to hide in Boathouse, but Chersik and Ritzy able to open up space. He to find Siwa, and just like that, Hebron take control of B-side.
30 seconds left.
They'll the rest of this round back from what was looking like stagnation. Taking the defense down. The paranoia for the call out as well. Predicting that Siwa might have had an inkling that player had gone to the back of side off the From the Shadows. There's the paranoid CT stare, and takes a good look. Two players left standing for Brooklyn Tech to hold on to map number one. Majestic has fallen as quickly as he pops the ult. As Ritzy will find the final two frags. It's 13-6. Hebron take map number one in convincing fashion.
Beautiful job once again. This one a little bit more spice, a little bit more action. We saw Hebron actually get to do what they like to do, be in control of the game, be the ones to call the shots, and it was always Brooklyn Tech that had to follow by the nose. At the end, we did see a little bit of action, a little bit of life coming out, but Brooklyn Tech, they got to give a little bit more if they really want to put a trial run up for the third place.
Yeah, absolutely. This team has seen this squad just one time before. Being in separate regions makes it so difficult to actually get reps against these guys. You've seen them before. You managed to take it all the way through. Can you rechannel that energy? That scoreline's a little bit wider than what has been typical for them, but that does not mean they can't come back and find it, right? We've seen some crazy comebacks today. We've seen games go the distance, starting in 7-0 fashion. Anything is possible for these guys. He's got to come back in this 5-minute break and really get the pieces together.
Yep, we'll go ahead, send it to a quick break. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more HSEL Nationals action. And we are back, ready to go with what could be the final map of this series. Brooklyn Tech trying their best to fight for game number 3, but of course it is Hebron saying no, we still want to show our strength. We want to put this down to 0, and they're going to give it their best shot on Bind. And I mean, game number 1 went pretty well for them. 13-6, yes, 2 rounds given at close to the end. That doesn't really matter. Still a fantastic score for them.
Yeah, a fantastic score. Hebron playing a step above. Win against Bosco, we're getting at default at this time. It's the other side of the coin. They're the team playing a little bit faster, the team getting a little more space. Starting on that defensive side, though, just consistent utility, consistent mid-pressure, not allowing any pivot at all to be worked off of on this team. Now we go to Bind, which will be Hebron's map pick. Map they've played very well throughout this tournament. An opportunity for them to try to close the door. They've looked good on double duelists. Ethos is, of course, a lot more comfortable on the Astra. When it comes to rank play in specific, Ethos tends to be at almost double the win rate for games on Astra as compared to Omen. So getting to play where the real comfort lies. We've seen them today have to go Brimstone to play Fracture Emitter. We saw them have to go back to an Omen as they did day number 1 in order to play their Ascent composition. But now they get to really come into their own and carry over what has been this controller that has slowly fallen from grace. Brooklyn Tech on the other end of things are going to bring them a composition they've actually seen already this event. In prior days, we've seen Hebron face off against this exact composition and look very dominant throughout the game.
They've been on top of things here, and I do love the innovation. Once again, the Viper only on one side, so Churstic is going to be pretty happy about that one. And as you said, the Astra, I still, though, I'm enjoying Mania time and time again, and I hate it because it sounds so unoriginal by a caster, you know, watching these duelists have a lot of fun, get the kills and whatever. But Mania, the impact that this duelist has had for the team has been off the chain sometimes. You know, if they're feeling a little bit rough, they're feeling a little bit down, it's not just the kills, it's the scary tactic of, oh gosh, you know, the operator's here, or oh gosh, I hear a jet getting close. That is the fear that Mania is able to instill in them. So I really do enjoy that fact. Ritzy back on the Sova as well. We were waiting for it. We figured it was there, but, you know, until it's locked in, it's not locked in. So very enjoyable there. Brooklyn Tech, though, on the attack to start things off first.
Brooklyn Tech, once again, will come back into double duelist over double controller. We saw them win that out in our last series of the day yesterday. So we'll see if that is the same case here for them into this one. We're able to be victorious on it yet again. About shutting down that early control. Hebron, a team that started on the attacking side. The last time we saw them with the bout on Bind, able to get themselves into the post plant. The issue was establishing the post plant control and holding onto it. We saw them take a very late into the half timeout, where the transition ended up being, okay, we're effective at getting into our post plant, but we haven't wasted utility yet because we're here so early. There's about a minute 10 left in every round. They really get to the post plant, and by then all the defensive utility still remained, so they end up looking at just too much util on the retake and getting caught out by the double duels comp. It's obviously going to be able to play a little bit faster. It's built for the offense. So that'll be a story for later in the half as Brooklyn Tech. That same story can be applied here for the attacking side. They get to play a lot quicker. Hebron going to look to take them on contact here on Octagon.
I mean, faster does not always mean better. It sometimes means you're walking faster into your own death, but for right now, it's a 2v3. Not the worst thing in the world, and at least you get the plant. Sight. Shock goes out, doesn't land. Able to flush out a little bit further. Now pinching and cornering everyone. Good little flash. Majestic getting off to the corner. Back into Gardens. But looking low. Mania 2 taps Chonker. Majestic fires back. Majestic randomly gets a 4K. Okay, Majestic lining it up once again.
We've seen that a couple times in this series where Hebron, all the pieces of the puzzle come together for them, and Majestic walks up to the table and throws it to the ground. Just able to find the frags out of it instead. Sometimes, at the end of the day, it's still an FPS. You can do everything right utility-wise, but if you do not hit the shots, it does not matter. Majestic shows up for the team, has bailed them out, and has won them the pistol round.
Majestic is straight up like, look at me now. I am the king. I am the king. I love that analogy of throwing it all together because it really was. There was no strategy behind it. Just swing, fire, hit your shots, and you're done.
Yep.
That is it. At the base, that is so true. And now they're going to try it once again. Monkey this time, setting up with that Spectre, giving a lot of credit to their entries once again. It is Beast Sight, ready to push, ready to hammer. Hebron now in a 3v4, and again with lower equipment. Monkey spray fires with the 3K, just says it's easy, just watch me. Hey, look that way, you're dead.
2 members left for this defensive. The guiding light to put Monkey in the door. Majestic going to find those last 2 frags after their own flash. It's 2-0 for Brooklyn Tech. They'll keep 4 Spectres going back into this round, so looking for close contact into this one as well. They've played quick B the last 2 rounds. Have picked both of them up. The defensive end has continued, but Chursik and Fried both into close octagon. This time, Chursik on a new site, won't be anywhere near the action here, and there's a decision to be made for Hebron if they want to continue to play this close octagon hold, because obviously Brooklyn Tech have recognized it quickly. I mean, Monkey was pre-firing that 13 steps away from the angle.
Oh man, reading the reads and reading into the future as much as possible. Now it's a hookah little push here. Exit saying, please give me a chance, but a very nice Fool is going to keep that boombot from going off here. Once again, it's a B-side hit though. And Hebron are ready to rotate. That's a call in. Chursik able to find one before falling. Looking for another Fried off on the flank. Can't find much more. And Squiggly Chonker and Squiggly again with the 3K. Making it look easy here on Bind.
In a gun round, we might see that quick defensive aggression work out. But in a bonus round, not the same story. Brooklyn Tech, when you bring yourself into them on those close angles, trying to flash away at the vision denial, you've given them a more advantageous fight. They're a team full of stingers, or Spectres team. They want you on close contact. Jessica gonna find Ritzy. He will grab one for his troubles before he falls. It's a bonus round converted in full control early for Brooklyn Tech. They're able to get to site. They have early spacing. Hebron want to push that tempo to try to catch this team off guard, but they've given those Spectres exactly what they wanted. They are able to pick up the frags off of it. So a couple rifles, they're able to sneak away out of that round. That gives Chonker 62K. That gives Majestic 5K. They've got plenty of opportunities to buy here. Thought about redistributing the eco. Will do so. So T-Ball will sell. Chonker will trade. That makes eco just a little bit more balanced. The scales look a little bit better. As Brooklyn Tech yet again going to head to the B side. It ain't broke. Haven't fixed it.
I've got your trail.
Just stealing my line there, but it's so appropriate.
Good line.
It is so true that Brooklyn just like, yeah, let's keep going. It doesn't matter. But I mean, I don't think Hebron are also making the exact wrong moves either. It's just having a little bit of trouble getting those kills. Oh, the rotate. I like this.
This is an eco round, so you cannot blame Hebron for how quickly they just rotated, but you can give credit to Brooklyn Tech for recognizing that was going to happen. They've played B the last couple rounds, have hit it very quickly off of initial contact and initial utility. They throw the util here. Everyone on the eco team defensively leaves. Brooklyn Tech instant TP back out. Nobody's on the site. It's an easy plant down. Now they play post plant against pistols with rifles in their hand and full utility. All they have to do is sit there and shoot. See what I'll do. Just that will pick up the first.
Sit there, look pretty. It's a flawless. No guns handed over. Nothing. Drop that round. Maybe a little bit of shielding by Siwa's side, but made it look so pretty and a phenomenal job overall. This is a straight up different team. It's amazing what Comfort can do, and right call here. A timeout being called down by Exith to try and get a little bit of space once again.
I think this one was an easy fix. I don't blame you for taking the time out here. They converted the bonus. They got a convincing round afterwards, reading the defensive with ease. Also, that quick rotation means the team's a little bit jumpy. So get them settled as quickly as possible. I think we saw that towards the end of last game as well, even though they were able to pick it up. But this squad, or excuse me, we saw that in the series that they lost. The squad started to look just a little jumpy, just moving a little too quick. So a chance to try to resettle the nerves just a little bit here. I think really the fix is just rotate agents. Like you don't need the issue, right, is that these two players of the Sky and Ethix are continually playing on this B site. They're pushing early octagon, and Brooklyn Tech have obviously been able to dismantle that utility. It's not an issue for them. So the options are you either bring the toxic screen here and give them an additional piece of utility to try to solve for a little extra time. You fully vacate the site and you play it fully for retake instead, which once again would lead you to an early toxic screen to be the retake out of Hookah and Octagon. That will be the call early. They throw that down just before the timeout. So they have the retake wall. They've put Ethers onto the A side instead, so they'll play for the rotate. They've opted to get early information off the sky. They'll throw the Guiding Light, the Trailblazer down to get early information that there are players here. When they make that contact, all you have to do is back away and wait for the team for retake. That'll be that call. Guiding Light's down, A long. They've stepped all the way to elbow. They're going to give them the space here. Recognize we cannot hold them onto the site. They can have it. We'll do our due diligence later. Ritzy was looking for a little more. Unfortunately, even though they play it right on the B site, it's now a misstep onto A.
Read them like a book, Catinator. Read them like a book. Straight up mid they go. Taking a look here into the space. It's going to be Chursik that we're watching as they try and look through showers, but no one's really there. Into lanterns they go as well for Eags' side, but the smokes keep them safe. No one is able to see anything going on here, not even above. Another smoke drops down, and that is all that the Brimstone has. Brooklyn Tech, though, they got the plant. They don't care. They are done. Now looking for a bit more. Oh, feels bad, man.
Someone needs to tap. There's no real strike here. They have to play this pretty quickly. They're able to find the frags on the lamp. The Brimstone's still alive and all the way short. They're going to play the ultimate here. No one has tapped yet. Finally, a tap is going to come through. Chonker playing fully for the time. Ult finally going to get expended. Looking for him. No one has recognized the ult track. They did the retake perfectly, but they have not considered this last option. They're finally on spike. Here's the ultimate. This round is over.
You got nothing. You can't do anything of the sort. Phenomenal job here. And is it? No? It's there! No, it's not. That is going to be the finisher. Beautiful job there. Just a .05 difference on the clock.
He managed a half spike just before he fell, sacrificed his life for the greater good of the team. But in the end, it is 0.5 of a second that plays the difference there. So Brooklyn Tech will take a round of the same number. Their 5th picked up for them as they have now a 5-round lead. Hebron nothing to do. And that one does not just kill their eco. It is for sure shattered the mental.
You hate those. If you had just been a second faster, if you had just pressed W faster, if you had just moved around the corner faster, so many different things. Those close matches are the worst to go through. And now it is pistols out for Chursik. This is the moment where you're just like, yeah, just get it over with. Let's fight. And you know what? You took 2. Let's go ahead. Go for a little bit more. Squiggly getting a headshot back on Fried. And Monkey bouncing around. Once again, the knives are out. The Jets are online. Squiggly finding even more. Seawall cleaning it up and saying, we will not lose a single other member in this save for Hebron.
Seawall are going to come through and isolate what was that mid-market hold. We're puppy guarding that spike, and it's cost them. It's rule number 1 to recess. You don't puppy guard. You got to give room. Free frag's not fun. The tagger never moves away. They've got spike back. They moved it towards site. Plant's going to come down. A 1v3 for Ritzy. First contact. Picked it up. And Monkey going to be right there for a trade. 6 straight for the Engineers.
They are just chugging along. Not feeling like they're going to stop anytime soon. And honestly, it feels like Brooklyn are saying, okay, we know they're going to be a little bit fast and loose, but do you know how to defend against this defensive style on the attack? Hebron, they're making moves sometimes, stepping up alone and just getting caught. And they've been sitting on these ults for a while as well. Take a look. All 5 currently up. And if I do not see a single one expended in this round, I will be very, very sad. That's going to be 1. Used right there, the Viper's Pit. Let's see another. Can you give me 2? Can you recognize that you need a larger shift to gather your momentum back? Mania says, hey, will a kill do?
Good adjustment from Hebron there. Previously, we've seen Ritzy put their body on the line shower, and it cost them early into the round. This time, they put the recon instead, allows for their teammate to grab a frag and prosper. So they've got the first look, I think the first time this game, an opportunity now to retake with advantage. So many ultimates to utilize here. You have not picked up a round yet. Do not fear expending them. Aftershock, or Seekers, excuse me, going to be out first, trying to make this one possible. Divide as well to clear off all of main. Everyone in the front of sight, you know exactly where they're going to be. Quickly going to find the first.
I mean, they're going to maintain, but Eagsith is able to fire back. There it is. The headshots all the way through. Monkey, though, with the 2 of their own. It's down to a 1v2. Can't do it. Monkey trying to jump back, able to dash away. Leave him alive, though. That's going to be catch another. That's 3. Can't get the 4. No! Oh, so close. And honestly, Hebron, they're wiping the sweat off their brow, gently patting themselves back because that was so terrifying. Monkey nearly made the play of the round, nay the half. Oh, yeah, that's one that you want to take a timeout. Listen, breathe. That was close. You almost had it. Don't lose heart here.
It's still pretty decent post play. I mean, all things considered, they're down a player. They're playing into 2 ultimates. They have no choice but to take action immediately onto the site, and it's disadvantageous fights for everybody on site because they either have to shoot the Seeker or they have to shoot the players coming in first as those ultimates are paired together. Brooklyn Tech caught in the box and caught out as well by all that extra initiator ultimate getting the info gather. So taking down all the weapons, minus the 1, of course, from the clutch. Ramuki is not too bad, all things considered. I think this timeout really goes to the fact that we have put them on the ropes for 6 rounds. We have come back swinging from what was a 13-6 loss in map number 1. Do not let them get going. You brought it up at the very top of the cast. This Hebron squad is incredibly momentum-based. Let's kill the momentum early. We know what we're doing is working.
Yep.
We don't need to talk about how we can be better at getting onto site. We were just on site. All we need to do is make sure this team cannot start to cook once they throw the ingredients in the pot.
I mean, that is exactly what I think went down. There was nothing really to change. And even that round, even when they were on the ropes, even though Hebron had a great way getting onto site, let's give them that. The fact that Monkey was almost able to clutch it out still at the end shows how close they were. It's so many little things that they have to keep in mind. So love that you brought it out. Don't let them cook. Do not let them get up to speed. Do not let them bake that feast. And that's going to be traded 1-1. Jet, though, taking out Mania, not allowed to make any sort of extra play. Squiggly looking to rush in with the rest of the team.
Brooklyn Tech made it back to the B site. 2 players hookah. Everyone takes the long lane of travel, and then we'll have any information. There are players in hookah. The Trailblazer will give away just the sky. Racing able to find one off the ultimate. It'll be a 2-for-2 pinch. Hebron have all the time in the world. A full 45, a fresh clock. This plant is just gone down. Majestic and Ritzy to lead the charge. Another picked up for the Sova. A third, doing it all, getting into the site. Majestic in a 1v4. Has a plant for them. Guiding light to flash them in, and Ritzy will pick literally every player on the post plant up. Hebron will take the round. It's 2-6.
All right. They may not have been able to cook that much, but you know what? They started tossing more ingredients in. They're getting ready with the spatula. They're saying, okay, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Will Brooklyn shut them down now, though? Again, still guns for this upcoming round. 3 ults in their pocket. Plenty to work with.
I didn't want to say that timeout momentum kill is also a timeout for the other team. So Hebron adjusts defensively even farther. You get a chance, right, to marinate in why you were victorious in that round. We had an early pick. We let Mania grab one out of shower thanks to Ritzy's shock bolt. They also moved their B-site defense. They had originally 2 players to Octagon. They moved them instead towards Hookah, and they have an extra look for the extra player. Mania going to find one early here into this round as well, as Brooklyn Tech now left scrambling after the readjustment. Ritzy going to pick up one on the dash past, and Siwa will fall soon after. Chonker has 1 on the site. Needs a full ace, a clean house to win this round. Next 1v1's here, picked up quite nicely. No one to capitalize off the Nova Pulse either. 2 isolated 1v1s has led to a 1v3.
I mean, this is that chance right there. 18 HP, though. Not too much to work for. Got to grab another weapon. Going to try and run away. You do have the orbital strike ready. If you get 1 more orb, so 1 more kill, hey, you can work with it. But you got to get onto site. 50 seconds left. It's a quiet play up on Heaven, though. Mania was ready. I mean, that's what Mania does. Very, very nice job. 3 in a row here for Hebron as they are looking to bring a Terror back. They said, hey, you hit that 6-round limit. We're not going to let you go any higher than that.
All right, Hebron cooking up a run of their own. Brooklyn Tech have bought 2 rifles into this round. Siwa will not have a buy into the next, and they'll recognize, all right, we'll get 2 rifles. The 2 we can afford our stars into this round. We'll hope that the Sheriffs are enough firepower to be able to back these guys up. Jessic on the early peak. He knows they like to play this. They double it nicely. It's the over-under for Cherisic to pick up the first.
quick snap back as well, just saying, okay, let's fall back, move forward. Monk's just spraying and just hoping for an extra, trying to get a little bit back for their lost comrade. It's still a test on this A site, nothing on B, not even taking a peek in there. Maybe playing for teleport, but for right now, it's a quiet sit and wait.
Yeah, you know that there's nothing B offensively, and Hebron know as well. Had 4 players anchored to the back of the A site for quite a bit of time. That recon bolt not getting shot out over towards Shower gave them info on 2, which means there were 3 originally to stack. Gives them the call. There was a 3-2 split initially at the start of the round. They have cycled players over, so the extra man is now short instead of Shower. They're relying on Monkey to be able to shoot them out of the space and get the extra site control. Right now they're looking to play towards short. They cannot get the Shower picks. They aren't going to get far in the post plant. 30 seconds on this first contact now for Siwa, not able to pick up the initial frag. Monkey's contact is here. Has not caught it. Cherystic going to have it from the top of the box. The off angle good enough. So plant has gone down. They have no sight control. This retake has a lot of room to work with, and Mania will get a bit more.
I mean, all the space in the world at this point, it's an open field is what they're running through, just gathering flowers of kills over and over again. And they've done it. It's a flawless round, even through the plants. And Hebron have woken up. I don't know what happened. Brooklyn Tech gave a secondary timeout. And now they are just in full force. Yes, again, that was a save. Yes, that was only 2 hero rifles. But it still feels so good that you did not lose a single member, that you did not lose a single piece of equipment on your end. But now you got to deal with the other side. Siwa with that Neural Theft ready. We haven't really seen it used throughout the entirety of this game just yet, or of this half. And I want to see it used here. Hopefully they get the opening frag and they can now make their moves based on that factor. And also Chonker wants to use that orbital strike. Last time that Brooklyn Tech, I believe, were able to hang on to a round was by that nail biter. Just hanging on to that strike and keeping themselves in here. So let's see if they can do it again. A little bit of a side flush on B with Long currently being peaked by Mania.
Shows it through. Dash away from Mania. Majestic going to pick up the first Ethos to fall. It's immediate scaling off of this. Mania on the name, the repositioner. Able to get away yet again. Will be an elbow. No vision denial just yet. And there, that smoke's going to come through. Perfect timing to allow the dash to sight fry to pick up 1 caught now to tube. There's no one there to help out of CT. They're sitting duck and fragged out. Hunter's Fury going to come through. Has tagged the planter. Cannot find anything other.
Knowing that that's expended is going to be a nice little chunk of information, though. Okay, no more Hunter's Fury. What do we want to do now? That's going to be a swing and a long peek by Mania. Just, okay, that's how it works. Monkey, you're not allowed to play this round any longer. And Chonker saying, okay, let's start picking up that slack, but shots through the wall because I think the gun barrel was sticking through. Oh, that feels a little bit bad, and now the members are falling like flies down to 1v1. Ritzy, can you find it? You see it, and you get the headshot. That will be the round, and Hebron are now 1 away from tying things up.
We call that Mania swing, the Cookser swing. The value of the swing is you go so wide that the player doesn't expect you to be there and continues to shoot the close angle. You expect Mania to round that corner, immediately counter-strafe back to take a shot, but he just keeps going. Goes a little bit farther. That Monkey shots all go just a little bit to the left, allows him that frag, and inevitably allows him the extra space elbow for Ritzy to come out of defender spawn and win the round. 1 the differential now. Brooklyn to take the first 6. Hebron have answered back. Squad from Texas looking to get us tied up.
And I just got to say, for what's been going on here, of the 11 rounds having been played and looking like the 12th here, we've had 10 rounds of it end on B site. That is a crazy number of such a B side leaning situation, and Fried is starting to get wind of it. However, you only get 1, now looking for a few more. They hard sprint their way forward. Brooklyn looking to end it.
Easy will find another. Traded back, side opened up for Brooklyn Tech. Hello, Brimstone. Orbital strike online. We've seen this convert a post-plant round for Brooklyn Tech before. Hebron did everything right on the retake. Just weren't quite aware of that ultimate to come through. But a half spike gave them a chance. It was a 0.5 of a second difference. And yet again, this orbital strike is going to walk all the way down to long, to safety. You got to find 2 players and then the Brim on top. Means you have very limited time. Even a tap won't necessarily guarantee the ultimate. It has, though, in this case. Just need to find the players now.
Strike used quite a bit earlier as well, so now Churstick saying, okay, let's go ahead, but that's going to be the shot. Beautiful job by Majestic once again, kind of giving themselves a little bit of space, but Mania looking for one more, can't make the clutch up happen as Chonker puts it at a 7-5, but you know what? From what earlier stance we had, Hebron will absolutely take that as a win for their side. They were down 0-6 at one point. To bring it back to a 5-7, give yourself a pat on the back.
Adjustments keen in the middle of the half allows them to start to scale rounds together. Start to outplay Brooklyn Tech. Happy to have a bit of momentum back in their camp for coming into this next pistol, and quite the discipline post-plant shows that the mental still remains strong despite the 1-0, despite that 5-round run from Hebron High. We're going to play quite a split pistol here. They have a lot of space. Once again, they've gone back to that shower toxic screen to try to get space. I think that's been a thorn in their own sides. It ends up being a lot of the time they'll scale late into rounds, try to get out shower, and that choke is so hard to deal with, just that door length. They weren't quite able to get out. We saw a lot of rounds end in their last bout on bind. In about the last 15 seconds, them getting mollied, them getting knitted off.
Doesn't feel as bad moment, but Hebron taking a page out of Brooklyn textbook. We're right back to this B site, and Ritzy finds the opener. Not only that, not giving a whole lot of information away either. You only saw one member stick out. It was a straight up 1v1. Now Siwa, though, getting way more information. Hey, they're all over here. Let's go ahead, move our butts. But you're locked down to defender hallway. This is going to be Hebron ready and waiting. A little bit vulnerable by Squiggly, and that's going to be around the corner. Missed shot.
Stop positioning off the satchel to ease this into the angle. Just such a small window, small margin to find that shot. Couldn't quite hit it. It's going to come back into this angle now. Squiggly expects that scared him off. In contact with 3. It's going to end quickly, and it's done just that. The final 2 frags converted. A flawless pistol round picked up for Hebron High.
We are strong because we are
Very nice
together.
punch, and
Don't forget
hoping
that.
for a bit more. Again, winning that pistol almost guarantees a second, so looking for a chance for themselves to tie things back up. Heavy purchase, I would say. Well, maybe not as heavy as we think. The Bulldog for Ritzy. Stinger in the hands of Mini. Spectre in the hands of Most. And then Churstick, of course, the lone sitter with the Ghost. Just, you know what? I didn't really feel like buying. I don't want to. I want to pick up a heavier gun in round 3. Let's go ahead and gives ourselves that chance. Brooklyn Tech, of course, sitting with almost nothing. But look at the hard spray. Squiggly, though. And Siwa make it happen. Line him up and knock him down. The bowling pins fight back. Churstick on the side, though. Give us a moment. Majestic makes it close. And just like that, it's a threat to Brooklyn Tech come out of nowhere and grant themselves a round.
And that round is quite literally for free. Every pistol into that one you start with. They all walk down long together. They showcase the strength in numbers. They just keep spamming. The frags just keep coming. So they convert there. Extra econ into this one. They've shifted up the early game flow. The buy rifles back into this one. So the real goal here is just to keep all of them alive. Hebron have nothing going into this one. They're looking at just a sheriff buy. That's it. They want to find a plant. If they can find even 2 rifles, they'll have gotten the value that they've been hoping for in this round.
Well, this wire is going to cause a few problems. Give the information away. But Monkey says, nah, this is easy work. Siwa as well, just taking free frags here and there. A little bit of a camera setup to the side of that fence. Now Fry just looking to create a space, but instead it gets blinded back. And Siwa gets a firing lineup. Beautiful shot onto Exith, and now it's down to a 2v5. Monkey wanting to flawlessly win one back.
C1v5. Footsteps coming his way. Majestic will take one to the dome, but will remain alive. It's 9-6, and Brooklyn Tech will play it in flawless fashion. Means all these guns come back in to this gun round, and Monkey get an operator in hand as well.
Love it. This is the way you do it for Brooklyn Tech, a squad that is hoping to be moving on into that game number 3. Hebron do not. They want to go ahead and try and secure their 3rd place podium finish and just say, let's get it done. But at this current moment, Brooklyn Tech are fighting tooth and nail to get every piece back, and we are back into an actual gun round as well. And Squiggly still opens up with 2. Churstick and Mania just let themselves fall to the wayside in showers, which notoriously have been difficult to control.
As Toxic Screen tells the defense that you want to early condition the shower, if that Toxic Screen goes over 5 inches on the minimap, it ends up becoming a scale towards short, and that's telegraphed every time that wall goes down. So maybe the consideration of moving that early conditioning. It's really going to find another on the back of the site, but these 2 players have answered back. They found 2 frags. They have space on the site. No plant just yet. As Ritzy going to go for a bit more, bites it off and chews it down. It's 2-2.
It's a hard plan. Do you have the gun up? Do you look? Oh, Monkey. Monkey gets the body. One more. Can you find it? Look to the right. Oh, you pick up the Vandal. And no, team helps you out. Chonker finishes off. And Brooklyn Tech land on 10. Beautiful job.
Recover that one very quickly. The discipline coming through. Brooklyn Tech yet again to pick up the round. I would really like to see an adjustment to early round conditioning from Hebron. I think it's incredibly telegraphed. Not to mention the fact that they play it every time they touch this map, which
I've got cash.
it depends, right, in terms of your program. Brooklyn Tech is a squad that they have an A roster, they have a B roster, and even on their A roster, they have 2 or 3 subs. So should be a team that has VOD reviewed or has looked at least the VODs from this event specifically and has recognized that is a thing that Hebron likes to throw out. So shower's not going to be an option. You have to switch things up, and Brooklyn Tech now going to isolate towards short. It's a quick scale into hookah for Hebron. Haven't seen the Cypher just yet, mainly on a much deeper contact for that first peek.
So far, Hebron just skirting around, taking their time. Looking at the beautiful coloring here inside of hookah.
Hello.
Never really seen all those. There it is.
Goodbye.
Monkey says, "Get out of my house." Mania says, "Now I'll kick that door in on the other side." You left the side screen door open. Thank you very much. Brooklyn Tech now realizing, hey, they might need to move a little bit. There's still time. Seawall in a great angle finds one. No contest. And there it is. 2K and more. A little bit of a bounce as Squiggly dances their way on the site. Churstick is able to find one. Gets a second. Can you get a third? You look. You get a fourth. Oh, you're down to 15. Better tuck into a corner. Nah, Chonker fires through the wall and fires a chunky bullet into Churstick's chest.
And call it from Chonker to shut that one down early before things got too deadly to the point where it was a round converted. This fan through the wall, bang off the read. Teammates able to do enough damage as well in their initial 1v1s. Get a little overzealous there for the Brooklyn Tech defensive. That's clinical, right? You know exactly where that player is. They're sitting over onto hookah. You got 3 players back of sight. It's an easy 3, 2, 1 swing. The whole team's able to trade that one out. They don't do that. They look for ones, and it costs them. But now they've got the Hebron timeout to say, hey, guys, we're winning. We're up 5 rounds. No shenanigans, please. Let's get this to map 3. Let's get a chance at that 2,500. As Hebron in their own timeout. Question of how do they advert this Brooklyn Tech defensive? They seem to know exactly what we're doing. That Cypher utility has been too difficult for us to get space into hookah. We haven't been able to scale out long effectively. When we do get to site, we're looking at 2, 3 players left in the post plant. Brooklyn Tech always have more numbers. How do we get early frags? Stop going shower and telling them we're going shower every round. I want to see where the Churstick throws his wall.
Okay.
If Churstick was the same wall, this time meant nothing. This time it was useless. It's the same wall.
It is the same wall, so okay, let's see if it's read by Brooklyn Tech. Again, if it's read, then, you know, we're going to see another 2 kills. It's like deja vu all over again, right? It's, man, you just literally ran the exact same path that we saw before.
Off this wall, Monkey knows they want to scale shower again. Is going to walk the op into this angle. So it's going to have it this entire round. Here's the lurk. They want the call out as operator. They come through on the swing. They haven't seen it. So that info isn't going to be there. It means for the rest of the round, shower is inaccessible for Hebron.
They've lost that possibility. They lost that play. A Majestic quickly backs away, says, okay, They're not in showers because of that. They have to be somewhere else. So let's fall back. Let's ensure that we have this B site ready to go for the rest of the team. Siwa was more than ready, and there it is. The neural theft says thank you very much, but Ixith is able to find Siwa's life, and now a dash forward. Ixith right on site, gets another headshot, gets a third. No, Mania was there. Squiggly with a showstopper, can't do much more than that, and that will be Majestic, only collecting one more before falling. Hebron with a little bit of whatever you want to call it, a bait maybe, or a useless wall. They're still able to take B site.
They ran out of blaze at the last second for Mookie, and Hebron able to storm their way into that B site. It's a double-edged sword here. So once again, that same conditioning wall brings Mookie over into the shower angle and isolates it early. That jump peek from Ethix tells me that the timeout is, we recognize that this conditioning is easily read, and we'll use that against them. You saw immediately, as Mookie comes into that angle, an extra player from B comes over. That leads to a weaker B site, and they immediately swing to rotate for it. Only thing is, Mookie, the great repositioner, has moved over to the B site now. It's caught fried early. This divide will shake things up. We'll give them room for a short plant. Let's spike all the way in mid-market.
I also just love that moment of just like, nah, you baited me once, not going to happen again. But as you said, those divides, that ability to force a cover is going to be nice, but it's a bait all the same. Now they're going to flush their way over towards that Cypher, towards that B site. And with that trap up top, it's going to be a call out. Siwa scouts all four. And the information is granted. Now, will Hebron double back? Is that actually what they're going to do? Or are they going to split? They decide to split up. One going long, maybe use that teleporter, but they know they drew enough information. They know they've drawn enough defenders to look at A once again.
As mentioned, threw enough. They have lost another member, though. Just not able to
Oh.
exit. Add one more to the tally. Mookie will pick up 3. I do manage to get into the A site. Pit will be down for post plant. Those Seekers are going to immediately kill the hold in the Vision Denial.
They go up, they go down. Monkey says, now you're dead. And that's a spray, Monkey.
Oh my.
An ace with the up. We were watching it. It was, I mean, it's happened so many times now that Monkey, it's expected out of this player. 23 frags here right now, deservedly getting an orb, giving themselves the knives. And they are on mat point. Brooklyn Tech looking to push Hebron to a game 3.
On the back ropes. Can this squad put on the afterburners? They did so last night. Saw it happen. This map too.
This goes here.
That's their story to tell. Otherwise, it's a repeat of history. We've seen these squads take themselves all the way to map 3 on Haven nonetheless.
Oh, this is a nice place.
Brooklyn Tech one round away from doing so yet again.
I've got your trail.
It all rests here. Chase in to this A site. You can see it on the left side there. 3 members pushing their way forward, but it's the rotate call in. Brooklyn Tech getting ready. A little bit of a jump up. Updraft says Monkey is in perfect position. Another one with the knives. Not really going to collect those. So a little bit of an old toss exists. Dropping down the stars. Putting up the well. Saying, hey, let's have it. But Mania was ready. One headshot. Chonker is down. Monkey looking for another. But now it's a streamline. Get through that teleport. Get to the site. Fried. Making it happen. B site once again. For all the hopes for Hebron to take and push for the end of this map.
A post plant needed to keep things going. Almost everybody off site. Fried will be the bait car. He's going to look to drive for extra time. Swing now. Here's all the noise. Knows they've stepped into sight. Mookie's right click going to find one. But he just has to trade off the camera. Mookie with the operator has no angles to be spotted right now. No vision now to work with for this team. So they've got to work in fast. Working quick for these frags. That pole's now going to come through. Still no half to the spike. Siwa will find one, but time is not something you can find. Siwa will find another. Just a trade. Spike will detonate. Both players will fall, but Hebron will stay alive.
Staying alive in the most relative sense, I feel. All members are dead, and they're just, you know what? We got the round, that's all that matters, but now you're still working with light armor. This is the downside to taking that one all the way to the bitter end. 4 rounds in a row is what they need here, and Monkey has been on a tear. 25 frags to their name and looking for just a few more. Right now, Hebron, I think, want to play a little bit more forward once again. Maybe they got wind in their sails once again. Maybe they feel that Brooklyn Tech are going to wane every so often. But it is that chase forward. Trailblazer getting sent forward, saw the tripwire. And yes, once again, it is Seawall holding it down on B. The information granted. If the Cypher is here, most likely it's only another defender behind. So we are looking, and you can see that wall once again, the bait being thrown up by Hebron. Are we actually going showers, or are we not? Let's keep that jet over there.
Think of the op. The passing they play here, not trusting it just yet because they haven't made contact onto it. That's the biggest factor here. You don't want to work into it. You see Monkey walk away with an ace just rounds ago. If you can avoid it, you want to try to. One TP's going to come through. Both controllers sitting on the same end of the map. They're going to try to work shower. And well, you found the op. It was not a welcoming gift.
Cage triggered.
And straight up deja vu right there, but Mania sees Seawall's legs down below and gets the kill. But now B-side is open again. They lost one, but the dividend, the payout is great. Squiggly finds Ritzy. And now looking into Hookah, taking over. Spike is down, so it's a 3v3. This is doable. Fried listening to the shots ring out. The op breezing by. Mania was ready, though, with the headshot number 1. Shonker able to get some revenge, but Churstick was ready. And Mania finishes off 3K for Hebron as, again, staying alive by the skin of their teeth.
Hebron able to hightail it to B and break in yet again. And that'll be the switch up for the Brooklyn Tech defense. They'll put every resource here on the eco round. Just want to guarantee this round picked up for Hebron. They should play this one a lot slower for Brooklyn Tech. If you can grab a couple picks, you got a good chance at next round as Hebron only able to get that 1900 for victories.
I'm kind of curious exactly what Brooklyn Tech are going to do, and they did it all the way back from round number 2. They just rushed it, and they still get a kill. Are you kidding me? They played this all the way in round number 2 when they lost the pistol, and they get a freebie. That was Hebron not respecting the rush. At least this time, they don't lose 3, they don't lose 4, they don't lose 5, they only lose 1, and they get the plant down. Now Brooklyn Tech, I'm not exactly sure if you can run in as all 5, but you're definitely going to try and look at the pinch. Get the lurk in the back corridor.
Scout destroy. Here.
Brooklyn Tech all through short. Hebron will know about it. They flip the sights. Early no pull's going to come through. Mukius pass. He's going to have earlier contact and timing, but everything for Hebron currently sits shower. There's 2 on the flank right now. Brooklyn Tech getting up close and personal. So everyone on the front is going to fall. It's a 4-piece for Mania. Jessic will take one back. A 1v2, no time. Rifle picked up. Just looking to take down Econ as Mania will find the frag. An ace on the round. Both Jets now to acquire one in this one. It's 2 rounds away from an OT.
I love the fact that at this point, Monkey and Mania have now traded aces back and forth. The fact that they're able to do that lends itself to the quality of these players, and I think picking up opportunities when they can. But again, that was a save. That was only Sheriffs, and they had lost 1 to a push. It was an aggressive play by Brooklyn, but they didn't have anything else. So this is the true test. If Hebron are able to gather this round, it should be a strong foothold to go to OT. They've done it once. Let's see if they can do it again. Brooklyn Tech do not want to let that happen.
A slow pace round for Hebron. Early Trailblazer has cleared Hookah and Octagon. It'll be early scaling
My camera is
for this
destroyed.
team. But still, Spike will sit defaulted in the mid-market. It'll give them lots of room to work with. Playing for a showers push, looking for a short push. Hebron hoping they can get this Brooklyn Tech team nervous enough to make a mistake. New op angle for Monkey. Saw the shoulder of Chairstick. At least his vision cone is spotting Monkey as well. They take that so passively. And Chairstick going to pick it up. The upper down. It's the biggest target here. They'll look to split execute this fray.
There's so many going on too. This is going to be a split fight. You can still see the look over his shower, but it's B side that's going to get hit. Mania hiding and waiting. Double side. Still waiting for an opportunity on their end. Majestic knows that they got to make a play here, but it's an easy plan. Squiggly finds Exit, and again, that is a lost member. Exit trying to get that lurk, just didn't happen. Now, it's going to be a fight back. Majestic clearing out that back end. Do they want to entry as 4, or do they want to split up? Do they have the time? I don't believe so. Ritzy eats a little bit of damage. Looking under the box. How many do you see? You hear 3. You know 4. You get 2. You only get 2. Squiggly able to fire back. Squiggly gets a 3K of their own, down to a 2v2.
Final could fast you off the spike. Hasn't done so. Well, hold on. Mania will take it, though, from Octagon. A 30 HP Squiggly needs an ace and a defuse to win this one. Satchling in for Mania. Still 30 HP. Showstopper online, but the time not on their side. Will get the rifle out of the round, but cannot convert the victory. And Hebron have brought it all the way back on bind yet again. One round away from an overtime.
Let's leave whatever happened in the
Why
past.
are Hebron like this? Why are they like this, Cadenator? Why are they like this? They love to play with emotions, whether it be their own or ours. 4 in a row. They need 5 to secure, and then another 2 to finish. And Brooklyn Tech, I mean, honestly, it would have been fun to see a timeout, just like, hey, how the heck do we do this? We're working with almost no guns. It's really on Siwa to have that opportunity. You don't really have knives. You have a showstopper. There's the orb, though. You were able to pick it up. Squiggly finds Churstick in an uncharacteristic situation, or maybe characteristic, whatever you want to call it.
It's been a long time coming since we've seen a peak from the Brooklyn Tech defense on Shower, about 5-ish rounds. So Hebron's just not ready for it. Able to catch early timing. That's half the controller utility gone already. Ixis is going to be first point of contact on this B site. B6 falls, that's all the controller utility gone. Not to mention a 2-player advantage for Brooklyn Tech on the back end. Nobody's info peaked just yet. This cam back of sight. Timing doesn't spot. They've walked past it. Clearly no one knows. They've got room into CT and they've taken it.
Beautifully done. And now Monkey is running just a little bit amok. Tries to help out, but the last bullet does it. Ritzy has it open, and Mania gets the knives. It looks like this is a done deal. Hebron smell OT coming. 3K by Mania to push us to OT.
When all else fails, Hebron make their way into the B site and win it out by way of frag. It's round 25. Online and activated here in this one. We've seen Hebron walk all the way back on bind and take it within overtime number 1. Looking to do the same thing here and net themselves $2,500 in scholarships.
I mean, that's no small chunk of change. Let's, again, that is something to play for. In fact, to help further their education here, again, some of these players are going to be going on to college, and this is also almost like their application. We have colleges here that are setting up booths talking about it. I believe Pratt was one of them that I got to go out and talk with, a program that's been around for about 6 years now. And it's fantastic to hear that this is legitimate. This is a situation where teams and players not only want to show up for their school, but as an individual player. And to have these standout moments, to have these opportunities, I think Hebron have shown that they work so well under pressure. Let's get into it. OT number 1.
Killer's going to come through very early. Mania spammed out the back of the site. T-Bot going to pick that one up. He uses a quick trade. Holds on to hookah control, but his teammates cannot do the same on site. So it'll be a pinch here. But early in the vision denial is going to come down to Ichthys. He gave his position away so early. Has 4 stars. Can be incredibly impactful on this retake. Oh, that Viper utility as well. That screen, though, can't reliably throw it up because Ethix has to get out of hookah as well.
It's going to be a recon. Churstick finds a beautiful start here, and that's Ritzy. Well, on the other side, and it looks like it's almost done. Down to a 1v2. Can Monkey do it? Monkey of all people could, but you don't look the right way. It was a 50-50, and you chose wrong. Hebron are now at 13. Are they going to do it? Are they going to run 7 in a row to be able to finish this off?
Target prioritization on the retake is phenomenal. Recognition of we have to go get Cheristick out. We have to, or Ethan, excuse me, we have to get Ethan out of hookah. Currently trapped, and they work 2 players around elbow. They take the early space. They take the fight first to long, and then re-swing and work the site. Make sure they're isolating, what is a 2v1, so they can then have a 3v2. They unlock the extra player, and it takes them all the way through into what is now match point. They've clawed all the way back. They've won 6 straight, a 7th, and a 2-0 victory in the series.
It all starts off with that first blood. All starts off with those first movements. And we know Hebron, they love playing the shower side. And for the first time, they actually make their way through. And what feels like a momentous win for them. And they get to smoke out top of heaven. It's done. Surestick says, hey, this is it. Majestic only got 1. And this, it looks like a miraculous ace side hit. Are you kidding me? Ritzy finds another chonker, though. Trades it into a 3v3. But the spike gets down, and it's on Brooklyn Tech to keep their own hopes alive.
A 3-on-3 retake. Brooklyn Tech have to convert here. Mookie going to be up against Fried on close contacts. Picked it up. Numbers game now. Controller utility looking to hold on to things.
Oh.
Mythic's going to shoot the lights out of 1.
Oh, the box.
For a 1v2,
Oh!
Simbeacon thrown, and frags found for Hebron. A repeat of history, a 14-12, and we will not get a map 3 in what was this 2022 Nationals rematch.
And you know what? Again, huge props to the other side. Huge props to Brooklyn for getting that close once again. But Hebron said, no, we're just playing better under pressure, under the threat of going to a map 3. Someone tapped them on the back of the head and say, we don't want that. You better take it right now, finish it off, and be done. And I love it. Hebron, yes, it was not the grand finals, but you have given us a strong performance. But huge shout out again to both Monkey as well, because Monkey had a pop-off game once again.
A phenomenal game coming out of Mookie. Big moments with the operator. An ace, in fact, and that came off of a hefty quickscope for the 5th frag out of Vision and Isle. So incredible stuff from Mookie. That incredibly scary. Had Hebron on the ropes for quite a bit of time. That's the reason they were. They couldn't scale their shower. They couldn't utilize their early conditioning, their wall, thanks to that operator being that strong presence onto shower. And the moments they recognized players aren't pushing here any longer, Mookie moved over, worked on B, had to really picks hookah, had to really picks long, everywhere on the map, finding value in the same sense that we expect and consistently see out of a player like Mania. So phenomenal stuff coming out. But Hebron, when it comes to it, when the going gets tough, they get going. Once again, the motor's turned on. They find the rounds late into the map, and they convert early. So series shut down, a 2-0 sweep coming through for the defending national champions. I'm sure they wish that sweep would have came through in the finals, but hey, not going home empty-handed.
Not at all. And again, congratulations and well fought to everyone that joined us here through day 1 and day number 2. The grand finals will be coming up, but not here. Actually, we will be moving over to the HSEL esports channel, the main channel as well. But not before we finish up some awesome other action. Me and Katner will be there later on to close out the day here at the HSEL Nationals. But right now, on the main stream, is Rocket League playing out. I believe the 3rd place match is running right now. And then the grand finals afterwards. That is with our lovely other casters here, Treasure and Chef Billy, who are going absolutely ham. So we'll see you all a little bit later. But tune into Rocket League right now. Please, let's go ahead and take it over there.